So one of my brothers, Arnold, asked me a question about how do I breathe correctly in cold showers. Very good question, something I hadn't really considered before, but essentially the first step to realize in order to correctly breathe in cold showers is you're inciting the hormetic effect when you go into cold showers. If you're unfamiliar with this term, I have an earlier video on that I would invite you to look at. But essentially you're introducing your body to a stressor. The body doesn't like cold exposure. It activates a branch of the nervous system known as the sympathetic branch of the nervous system, or fight or flight responses you might be a little bit more familiar with. But essentially the body is exposed to a stress, so the adrenals kick in, the heart rate is elevated, blood is shunted away from the viscera and more to the external muscles in the body in order for you to run away and deal with the stress response. And you're going to notice, if you haven't gone into a cold shower before, your energy is drawn upwards towards the chest, towards the throat area. You start breathing from this area, from the chest. Your breath might get shallow. You might hyperventilate as you step in and it's cold, and as you try and get oxygen back into the body. So how do you breathe? How do you get through this? How do you breathe in that circumstance? Well, the important distinction to make is when you breathe in, you activate your sympathetic response. Your heart rate elevates when you breathe in your inhalation. When you breathe out, heart rate decreases. You activate the parasympathetic response. So essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to rebalance an imbalance which is happening when you go into the cold. So you go into the cold, sympathetic kicks in, you're ready to run away, you're ready to get out of that cold. Some of you bitch out and turn it to hot. The important thing to focus on is the exhalation. The exhalation activates that parasympathetic response. You have a nerve that goes midline through your body. If you were to cut me in half, there is a nerve called the vagus nerve, and it is the king of all nerves inside your body. And again, when you exhale, that respiratory, if you could again cut me open, that nerve is running directly through the midline of the body, and it is intrinsically related to how you breathe. If we can focus again on really focusing on that exhale, you start to relax the body, relax the breathing, relax the muscles and all the tension that your body is feeling when you're under that cold exposure. You bring the heart rate down, you decrease the acidity in your body, you become more alkaline. It's all a balancing act, my friend. And that's I don't want to go off on a tangent, but that's all of life. You're in a stress response, you need to breathe through it. You need to come down. You need to rebalance. And essentially that's the whole premise of cold showers, is most of us are very acidic. Our blood is very acidic. We're all eating shit food, and we're all, diabetic and high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Going into cold showers makes you more alkaline. Makes you it's that, again, parasympathetic yin aspect that's incited in the body, and it rebalances you out. That's why they're so effective. That's why there's so much material on its benefits and why it's becoming so pervasive in today's society. So take cold showers, my friend. Focus on the exhalation, because that's going to calm you down. It's going to make breathing a lot easier. And yeah, great question. Hadn't thought about it before, but if that is something you enjoyed, my friend, subscribe. And as always, to your good health.